Welcome back to the second session. We shall start the second session for the day. It's on creating markets, boosting local economy. Vibrant and healthy markets are a vital element for both leveraging the power of producers as well as reaching premium products and services to the consumers. Beyond just an equality space, markets can also be a powerful tool for empowerment and creating social equity within the community. In this session, the practitioners will share the challenges and impacts of their initiatives which are designed and developed such equitable markets in less resource communities. I would like to invite on stage Prema Gopalan, Executive Director, Swayam Shiksha Prayog, Mukund Eka from SFAC, Prableen Savani, Head Corporate Communication and Public Affairs at Xavier. Also, I would invite Professor Sanjay Patro, Professor of Marketing XLRI, to moderate the session. I request Neha to present bouquet to everyone on the stage. Professor Sanjay Patro is a professor in marketing area at XLRI Jamshedpur. Prior to joining XLRI, he was working with Orissa with marketing preparation from Bhubaneswar and has also served as senior lecturer in marketing area at Brahmpur University. Professor Patro has over 25 years of experience in the field of marketing, including more than 17-year association with XLRI. He was awarded with the Chief Marketing Officer Award in 2011 for being the best marketing professor at the Asian level. So I invite you to come to the podium and start the session.
We have three very distinguished practitioners. Mr. Pekar, who is new to the venture about organizing vegetable trading in Ranchi. They have started the venture with the support from Small Farmers Agri-Business Consortium. We have Dr. Prema Gopalan. She is a product from East, and then she has done her field work with SMBD Mumbai. She is the chief of Swayam Shiksha Prayog, SSP, which organizes women, the women in the periphery to bring them to the mainstream and believes in the co-creation of community creation of the individual women entrepreneurs, social entrepreneurs. And finally we have Prableen Savani, who is the chief of communications and public relations at Power India. She is with this company for last 8 years. Before that, she had communications. She had worked in the domain of communications for long years. She was a freelancer for different organizations, both corporate as well as the non-governmental sector. Why marketing today? Why should we? Because we say emerging country, a developing country. But if you look back, at the at the time of independence, for the last 1 century, we were a food deficit economy. There were n number of famines, so many novels, so many stories you might have gone through about the famine that has enrolled large part of the country. From that, in the 60s, we had experienced some kind of a revolution. Norman Borlaug, and then introduced certain varieties of rice, which led to Green Revolution. Green Revolution, the credit goes to Sri Subramaniam and Dr. M.S. Swaminathan. Sri Subramaniam for initiating the processes to bring people, the local leadership, the Panchayat institutions together, and M.S. Swaminathan for the technological breakthrough that he has initiated in the Indian Rice Research Center, etc. Okay, we have witnessed a Green Revolution. Today we are a food surplus nation. Then you have witnessed White Revolution, Operation Flood. Dr. Puri and gave us 4, 5, Operation Flood 1 to 4, and the per capita availability of milk has doubled in this country. And today we are the largest producer of milk in the world. And our farmers have to compete with the producers from Denmark, from New Zealand, which have a good, population of cattle, but their population being very limited. They have got a lot of export. The Indian dairy sector is able to meet that challenge. And in between, you have the Grey Revolution, the poultry and the egg. More people are taking chicken and egg today. It's because of the revolution that was initiated not by the government but private entrepreneur. Dr. Venkateswar Rao, you must have heard of Venkateswar hatchery. Couple of other revolutions. The point is, few months back, we witnessed another problem which got tears into the eyes of so many people. We are aware of a vegetable bringing tears to the eyes. Yeah. Here, months before the onion reached the kitchen, reached the home, people dreaded purchasing that particular vegetable. We know in rural areas where people do not prepare curry and rice and onion is a regular part of the diet. How do you describe the 300% rise in the prices of onion? There's not in fact, the data shows that in the last 7 years, onion production has gone up by 250% in this country. Our actual population has gone up by about 6-7%. There is a market mechanism which is supposed to take care of the producer as well as the consumer, failed to do its job. And at the same time, we have made certain export commitments. Okay, you might have come across the interesting news. People from Bangladesh, people from India on the border would go to Bangladesh to pick up onion, and that onion was exported by India. We were exporting at ₹40, and the Indian prices were 60-70. See, when we are part of a global economy, many times it has its own adverse effects, we are not, without making any value judgment. Globalization is a process that started thousands of years back and would continue. The pace has picked up in the last 15 years. So the marketing is the second generation problem. The first generation is just production, making it available. So more on board the second generation problem of the marketplace. I will call upon Newton Eka, who is the president and secretary of Zohar Vegetable Producer Company, who started the operations in Ranchi. She would speak for 20 minutes. She can speak in English, but a little more comfortable in Hindi. So I requested her to speak in Hindi. If you have any questions, immediately after the presentation, we'll take a couple of questions because she and actually has to go back to Ranchi. So, Newton.
मैं जोहार वेजिटेबल प्रोड्यूसर कंपनी की बोर्ड मेंबर हूँ और आईजीएस 2006 से झारखंड में काम कर रही है और आईजीएस और एसएपीसी के मदद से हम लोगों ने फल सब्जी उत्पादक स्वावलंबी सहकारी समिति लिमिटेड का पहले एसएजी बनाए, एसएजी को एफआईजी में कन्वर्ट करके उसको एसएजी को मतलब महिला किसान समिति बनाए, उसके बाद क्लस्टर बनाए जिसको हम लोग फल सब्जी उत्पादक स्वावलंबी का नाम दिए। उसके बाद हम लोग उसको रजिस्ट्रेशन किए, 25 किसान समिति का रजिस्ट्रेशन कराए। उसके बाद हम लोग एक जोहार वेजिटेबल प्रोड्यूसर कंपनी खड़ा की। उस कंपनी में 2500 दीदी लोग जुड़ी हुई है। फिर में जब एसएजी में बात होती थी तो वहाँ पे नगरी और बेड़ों में, नगरी बेड़ों स्कीम में दीदी लोग सब्जी उगाती थी और उन लोगों को समय से बीज नहीं मिलता था, अच्छा बीज नहीं मिलता था, खाद नहीं मिलता था। ये सब बहुत सारी समस्याएं एसएजी से निकल के आती थी। तो उस समस्या को लेके जब एसएजी हम लोगों को सपोर्ट किए तो हम लोगों ने कंपनी बनाया जोहार के नाम से और अभी उसमें 2500 दीदी लोग जुड़ी हुई है। अभी हम लोग का रजिस्ट्रेशन अभी अप्रैल 2013 में हुआ। इस साल हम लोग का बिजनेस ज्यादा नहीं हो पाया क्योंकि हम लोग के पास लाइसेंस नहीं था। हम लोगों ने 2000 किसान का पैसा फिर से जमा करवाए थे, लेकिन हम लोग को पारस कंपनी ने लाइसेंस नहीं रहने की वजह से हम लोगों को खाद उपलब्ध नहीं कराई। हम लोग छोटे पैमाने पे किए, लेकिन दीदियों को समझ में आया कि खाद सही समय पे हम लोग को मिला और अच्छा खाद मिला, इस उत्पादन में थोड़ा बढ़ावा मिला। इसके बाद अभी हम लोगों ने 500 किसानों के साथ आलू का बीज उत्पादन के लिए हम लोग काम किए हैं और अभी हम लोग आलू फील्ड में डाल दिए हैं। उन लोग को हम दीदी लोगों को अच्छा बीज नहीं मिल पाता है। उन लोगों को एक्चुअली आलू जो है वो कितना बार जमीन में गया है ये पता नहीं होता है, जिसके कारण वो बाजार से जो दुकानदार बोलते हैं उसी को खरीद के वो लोग लाते हैं। वो उत्पादन जितना होना चाहिए उतना नहीं हो पाता है। इसकी वजह से हम लोग ने अभी पोखराज और कंचन श्री वन का अभी हम लोग बीज उत्पादन कर रहे हैं 500 किसानों के बीज। उस बीज को हम लोग कोल्ड स्टोरेज पे रखेंगे और उसी अच्छा से उसको रेडी करेंगे और कोल्ड स्टोरेज में रखने के बाद वो बीज किसानों को उपलब्ध कराया जाएगा। तो ये सबसे दीदी लोगों को समझ में आ गया कि हम लोग को कंपनी बनाने से सचमुच सही समय पे हम लोग कंपनी में बीज का उत्पादन जिसे करेंगे, उसके बाद हम लोग क्लस्टर जाएंगे, क्लस्टर से सीधे एसएजी की दीदी लोग को उपलब्ध कराया जाएगा ताकि हम लोग को फील्ड में मुहैया हो सके और समय में मिल सके। अभी हम लोग ज्यादा काम नहीं कर पाए हैं क्योंकि हम लोग पास लाइसेंस नहीं है। अभी हम लोग के पास लाइसेंस बनेगा नहीं है। हम लोग सोच रहे हैं कि हम लोग के पास लाइसेंस हो जाएगा तो हम लोग अगर ज्यादा संख्या में लोगों को बताएंगे कि कंपनी के पास जाएंगे, हम लोग बोलेंगे हम लोग 2500 लोग हैं और हम लोग को समय से खाद उपलब्ध करा दीजिए, तो तो हो सकता है कि वो हम लोग का संख्या सुन के हम लोग को मदद करेंगे और हम लोग आगे अपना जो बिजनेस है उसको अच्छा से बढ़ाएंगे। धन्यवाद।
आपका
हेलो, मेरा नाम पंकज है। आपके प्रश्न के बारे में सुन के काफी अच्छा लगा। ये जानना चाह रही थी लाइसेंस किस प्रकार का है, एक तो जिसके वजह से आपको खाद नहीं मिल पा रहा। दूसरा चीज, आप लोग खाद अपने से बनाने का प्रयत्न किए हैं, नहीं किए हैं, कहाँ पर है?
हम लोग अपने से खाद भी हम लोग बनाए हैं, जैसे जीवामृत जो है, जीवामृत है, फिर मटका खाद है, लहसुन पेस्ट है जो ऑर्गेनिक है, तो हम लोग वो बनाए और हम लोग ट्राई भी किए खेत में डाल के। लेकिन क्योंकि खेत तो पहले से ये था, मतलब रासायनिक खाद का आदत हो गया है, तो हम लोग तुरंत उसको मतलब अगर ऑर्गेनिक हम लोग डालेंगे तो वो धीरे धीरे असर करेगा, क्योंकि उसका आदत में वो शामिल हो गया उस खेत के। तो हम लोग ट्राई किए हैं, मटका खाद भी बनाए हैं, लहसुन पेस्ट भी बनाए हैं और जीवामृत और घरेलू हम लोग डीएपी भी हम लोग बनाए हैं, और रासायनिक खाद तो नहीं बना पाए, ऑर्गेनिक ही। अभी हम लोग ट्राई कर रहे हैं, अभी हम लोग इस साल डाले हैं बहुत सारा खेत में, अभी हम लोग आलू के भी यूज किए हैं। अगर हम लोग देखेंगे इस साल कितना उत्पादन होता है, 2 साल 3 साल तो लगे जाएंगे। नहीं, हम लोग अभी किसान खुश है, क्योंकि अभी जितना भी कीड़े वाले जो मतलब खेत में दिख रहे हैं, हम लोग ऑर्गेनिक हम लोग डाले तो बहुत हद तक हम लोग को मतलब फायदा हुआ है। किसान खुश है क्योंकि उसमें मतलब लागत कम है और उसमें कोई साइड इफेक्ट नहीं है।
नमस्ते दीदी, अविनाश अग्रवाल बोल रहा हूँ रणजी से। बेसिकली गाँव में देखा जाता है जो प्रॉब्लम आता है कि लोग तो पेपर्स को लेके काम कर रहे हैं और आशा करते हैं कि हम लोग 1,000 से 2.5 करोड़ तक जाए, ये आशा है हमारा। लेकिन उसको बढ़ाने के लिए प्रॉब्लम ये होती है कि कई कई ऐसे कहते हैं जहाँ इरिगेशन का प्रॉब्लम है, पानी नहीं है, तो उसको आप कैसे आइडेंटिफाई कर रहे हो? मतलब अगर पानी नहीं है तो जिस जगह में इरिगेशन का फैसिलिटी है वहाँ पर लैंड है लेकिन इरिगेशन नहीं कर पा रहे पानी की वजह से, तो उसको आप कैसे हैंडल करोगे?
अभी तो जैसे हम लोग नरेगा से भी बात कर रहे हैं, हम लोग ड्रिप सिस्टम हम लोग ट्राई कर रहे हैं और हम लोग डाले भी हैं, उससे पानी का बहुत ज्यादा बचत हो रही है। तो किसान इससे मतलब खुश हो रहे हैं कि जहाँ मतलब आपका अप्रैल मई में पानी खत्म हो जाता था, ड्रिप के सिस्टम से अभी हम लोग को पूरा मतलब जून तक हम लोग को पानी उपलब्ध हो रही है। एक गांव है आपका ये कतरपा, मतलब टोंगरी जिसको बोलते हैं, वहाँ चट्टान होता है, वहाँ पे किसान पानी की वजह से खेती नहीं कर पाते थे, लेकिन वहाँ पे हम लोगों ने 2.5 एकड़ जमीन पे हम लोगों ने रिस्क लिया और वहाँ बहुत दूर से पानी लाना पड़ता था। एक नाला था, उसको थोड़ा सा बांध हम लोग बना के ड्रिप के सिस्टम से वहाँ पे पानी हम लोग ये किए और जून में आपका ये किए कि मतलब उसको फिर जीवित रखने के लिए, लेकिन जैसे मतलब जुलाई 15 जून के बाद पानी आना स्टार्ट हुआ, उसका फसल बहुत अच्छा हुआ और उस बंजर भूमि में बैगन का खेती बहुत अच्छा से हुआ। 2.5 एकड़ जमीन में की है।
मेरा एक छोटा क्वेश्चन था, आपका जो 2500 मेंबर्स है उनका कितना इन्वॉल्वमेंट है आपका ये ज्वार वेजिटेबल कंपनी है, उनका शेयर क्या है, कितना इन्वॉल्वमेंट है, क्या कितना इंटरेस्ट लेते हैं हम लोग?
अभी तो हम लोग को एक दीदी को 10 शेयर खरीदने का बात था, पर मेरी जो दीदी लोग है बहुत गरीब है और 1000 एक बार में देना संभव नहीं है, इसीलिए हम लोग मतलब 100 रुपया करके शेयर पूंजी हम लोग डाल रही है और उस तरह से हम लोग काम को शुरू कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि 1000 उसके पास एक ही बार में नहीं आता है।
Any other question to Ms. Nutanenka? Yes.
मेरा सवाल ये है कि ये जो फार्मर्स प्रोड्यूस जो काफी नया कॉन्सेप्ट है, तो हाउ डू आप मार्केट कैसे आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं ये सेल कहाँ पे करेंगे? मतलब ऑलरेडी रेगुलेटेड मार्केट में आप अगर भी जाके बोले कि आपका प्राइस सबसे कम है, तो एक वन वर्ड हाउ डू यू सेल दी प्रोडक्ट?
एक्चुअली अभी हम लोग जैसे सब्जी उत्पादन किए, तो हम लोग को बाजार के लिए दिक्कत होती थी। यहाँ पे नगरी एक बड़ा मंडी है, तो हम लोगों ने गए मंडी में, वहाँ पे क्या थी, बिचौलिया लोग क्या करते हैं कि केवल फोन से बात करते हैं कि आज कलकत्ता में क्या रेट है, वहाँ पे क्या रेट है, बस वो यही काम करते हैं। और जो उत्पादन करता है उस किसान को मतलब जितना मुनाफा होना चाहिए वो नहीं कमाते हैं, बिचौलिए कमा लेते हैं। ये चीज जब हम मार्केट में गए तो पता चला जब वो काम कर सकते हैं तो हम महिलाएं क्यों नहीं कर सकते। तो अभी हम लोग जो उत्पादक करके ला रहा है उसको हम लोग ग्रेडिंग कर रहे हैं। उसी तरह से हम लोग अभी शुरू तो मतलब अभी किए थे, अब रिलायंस प्लेस में जाके बात किए थे ताकि मतलब हम लोग को वो दाम मिल सके।
दीदी आपने बोला शेयर्स के बारे में बोला थी, आपने अपने लोगों को कैसे मोटिवेट किया शेयर्स खरीदने के लिए? क्या आपने पूछा होगा ना, 1000 रुपए हम दे रहे हैं उसके बदले क्या मिल रहा है? शेयर क्या चीज है, उसको समझाया कैसे आप?
सबसे पहले तो वो कंपनी मेरा है, ठीक है, वो कंपनी मेरा है। अगर आज मेरा कंपनी अगर मुनाफा में रहेगा तो वो एक कोई पर्सनल का नहीं है, वो एक दीदी का है और रहेगा हमेशा, क्योंकि कंपनी का मालिक बाहरी आदमी नहीं है, हम लोग गाँव का आदमी है। और वो कंपनी को ऊपर ले जाना है या डाउन करना, ये हम लोगों को उसको बहुत दिक्कत हुआ, क्योंकि एक कंपनी अगर कोई भी चीज अगर कपड़ा बनाने वाला कंपनी है उसमें बहुत सारे लोग हैं और बहुत सारे लोग शेयर पूंजी डाले हैं तब जाके वो कंपनी चलती है। जब बड़े लोग इधर कंपनी चला सकते हैं तो हम गांव के लोग क्यों नहीं चला सकते? वो कंपनी जो कंपनी बनाते हैं, लेकिन धीरे धीरे उतना पूंजी आ जाएगा, इतना हौसला है कि हम लोग भी मतलब एक अच्छा कंपनी बना के और बिजनेस करके दिखाएंगे।
Thank you, Mr. Tanaka, for sharing your experience with this audience, and you can see the confidence and the trust that you have in the future, and how this agri producers organization will prosper in the days to come. Thank you very much. This is the 8-9-month-old producer society. Maybe next year we will see greater greater power of this producer society. Thank you so much. Now I call upon Pranav, Executive Director, Swan City Employer, that has created a web of women entrepreneurs from marginal families and institutions, impacting more than 1 million households in the country. As I introduced, it's also a fellow and does masters in social work from this the field of work on women at Central University in Mumbai. So I call upon Ms. Gopalan to share her experience.
Good afternoon, everyone. I feel a bit sandwiched between Stan, Joe, and Michelle, who delivered a stunning performance, and then we have our leader from the grassroots who just talked, and on the other hand, we have Fab India. So I request Professor that if there are any questions, then it should be taken after my presentation. I can't compete with that. So I'd just like to start by saying that background is that I'm the founder and director of Swayam Shikshan Prayo. That's self-empowerment to education. We started our work and then we continued on the trail of turning chaos or disasters, and we work with women survivors for quite some time, right from 1993 to about 2004. This experience was on a very massive scale where each time we were working with thousands of women, and we saw that we saw the power of grassroots women to take up leadership and to transform their own communities by working with the Gram Panchayat, by working with the government on one hand. And that model somehow remained with us when we made a shift in 2006 towards trying to form social enterprises that would create an ecosystem for women's entrepreneurship. So I will primarily be talking about our model which promotes entrepreneurship, and I would be talking about, actually we have a group of companies that we have established to try and provide an ecosystem for grassroots women entrepreneurs. The context is not very different from what the other speakers said. We have plans and goals, programs and allocations. And yet, we realize that there are large number of growing poor. And this is not just income poverty. We are looking at several issues that affect poor communities, especially in rural and tribal areas and others. And even within communities, there's a vast divide. So we are looking at, as this divide widens, we are looking at the larger question of where does social entrepreneurship actually figure in this context, and what can we deliver? Sorry, how can we actually plug the gaps in implementation, where we're looking at rural communities which both have a problem in terms of awareness and also in terms of the access. So we're looking at larger questions of whether effective participation of local communities and particularly women, is that possible in planning, executing and monitoring large programs or services? And on the other hand, we are looking at, can actually local markets work for the poor? Can they participate not just as beneficiaries, but can they participate as job seeker, as a job creator, and also as entrepreneurs, as producers, and as stakeholders in the institutions that they seek to create? So, SSP's journey, very briefly, has been, as I said, that we've worked from crisis to converting some large-scale disasters as opportunities to mobilize women and communities to take development and in their own hands, which means that they participate in the reconstruction of houses, recovery, and then form, and they are part of the village development communities, committees, and panchayats. This was one way that we began our work, and in 2005-2006, by then we had over 85,000 women, in mainly I'm talking about Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, and Gujarat, who were part of self-help groups but were also centrally part of their community decision making. Building on this network, we formed the ecosystem that I talked about earlier, which is we started the co-creation of a business model, which was a unique opportunity that presented itself when PP Energy in 2005 and 2006 came into India and wanted to look at what are the cooking solutions that would work for rural women. From the drawing board, rural women belonging to the self-help groups and others actually contributed, saying that I remember the days when they were quite confidently explaining to the PP Energy executives who had absolutely no idea of stepping in the rural areas. They said, look, we don't want something fancy. We want a product that actually helps us with our routine agriculture and other work. We do not have the entire day to cook. So we need something which allows us to cook within a limited time and also to cater to various needs. So I think this co-creation of not just the product, which turned out to be then the butcher stores that we are marketing through women, but also the grassroots business model that organically built upon the women's network that already exists. So I think this is a very important thing to mark, because many of us have heard of the Shakti model of Hindustan Liva, as it was called then. That taking individual women from any of the communities and just focusing on income generation and trying to market or push FMCG goods in the rural areas does not work. So I think what we're talking about is women who are from a movement, women who are from collectives, and women who are linked to each other and not just linked to a company. So we're not talking about individual women running around marketing things, but we're talking about women who are part of a network and who have a lot of trust within their community. So it's important that I would keep emphasizing that it's important that we see a lot of movement around renewable energy and technologies, which is one of the sectors I'm talking about. So there are a lot of technologies available, and yet they do not really reach the last mile. That's because it's actually considered, most companies think that the rural markets or reaching rural communities is just there, it's quite easy. But in the last 7 years that we have done this work and created a distribution network, first called Saki Retail, and now it's called Sure, which is a private limited company. We have not seen any investment in the creation of rural distribution networks. The field is very much open. So we are seeing that it's much easier to reach the urban areas, and therefore all the focus of markets is very much in urban. This is what Professor Shukla started the day with, saying when we say markets, it's mostly urban markets. And in the rural markets, we're seeing that most companies want to enter these fields, and we're looking at, so what we did was choose very much these sectors which are need sectors, like water, renewable energy, cooking and lighting solutions, healthcare. These are the areas that we chose. And again, I want to emphasize that unlike the agriculture value chain, in this value chain, the energy value chain or any other kind of a new business that we are introducing to women, we found that the self-help groups are just not oriented. So creating a business-ready network is one of the opportunities that we have taken as central to our business model, but it also remains a huge challenge due to these social and cultural factors that women face to go out and see themselves as doing sales and marketing or even servicing, for which technical capacities are needed. So I think I just say very briefly that we in 2006, 7, and formally in 2009, we set up 3 companies. One for the micro business finance, especially focused on business finance for women, focused on unleashing enterprise opportunities along the water, agriculture, energy, and healthcare value chains for women. That is the company that we set up. And the third one is the entrepreneurship school, which on an average, trains women through a hands-on practical training course, which is very market-oriented, which is not, which is local market-oriented, and which does not focus just on only whatever business that women have chosen to do, but encourages women to look around, and we look at about nearly in 2013, for example, 5,000 women from Maharashtra, Bihar, Gujarat, and Tamil Nadu took this course and graduated from this. We are looking at also, so it's very important that we already have this ecosystem which can support rural women entrepreneurs on the ground. But I'll take you specifically now through what exactly the model and how does it work. We're looking at Sakis or rural women as village level entrepreneurs. They in turn actually reach out to consumers in their communities. They reach out to the entire community to create awareness. Now these are the women who invest. They invest as little as 5,000 in their business when they start, and sometimes are investing nearly 25 to 30,000 a month as working capital. And we have the technology developers or the commercial companies and partners who are actually producing solar lamps, lights, cookstoves, water filters, and so on, with whom we have a bulk negotiation, and we manage these risks that is associated with the inventory related to the products. And then we have, we also trying to create a platform where the women's networks and the corporates or private sector companies, banks, and even government that we are partnering with are able to talk to each other directly. So I want to emphasize that I think it's obvious, but I want to emphasize that why commercial FMCG companies are not really interested in creating these last mile distribution networks. Currently, if you want to become a distributor at any level, in any of the tier 3 or tier 4 towns, you need to have a capital base of at least 5 lakhs or 10 lakhs. So we have broken that paradigm and we are showing that even if women want to start business with 5,000 or take a small loan and start a business, they can do so. So the reason why this last mile network has survived and has worked, and we have about nearly 500 entrepreneurs and it's growing to about 1,000. It's growing very fast and we are aiming that by the end of this year we would have 1,000 women reaching at any point approximately information to about 2,000 households each and also having a consumer base of about 100 to 150 at any given point of time. What we've managed to do is involve women not just in marketing the products but also now rural to rural. It means we've started rural production units after creating the markets. For example, we started established group enterprise units of pellets production, which makes pellets from the raw material or agriculture waste which is acquired from the farmers. We have community water treatment plants and we also have started a sanitary pad unit. For all this, I think those of us who work in the rural areas know very well that a lot of marketing and education needs to be done, which is what we are saying. So to emphasize again, the model is that the countries invest and they do what is called a cash and carry business. We don't really give, they can choose if they want to take a working capital loan. And then there are the commercial partners, the social enterprise, creates the distribution network and incubates the fees or gives support, and then there's the MLY. What we're seeing is that the challenge is in talking a different language and creating a social impact. Corporates much more are now ready for a partnership that goes beyond just selling products, but also looking at what social impact they can create. I think because of the current atmosphere. But our partnerships are mainly to do with the core business and not with CSR. I would like to emphasize that now. So this is the occasion where rural networks are directly partnering through this project. But to end this presentation, I'm trying to put out that many such, when we look at the gaps in delivery of basic services and also reaching solutions to the rural, we are looking at a lot of different categories and opportunities that have come up: distribution network, micro franchises, banking correspondence, and so on. But the lessons that we have learned is that you need to look at it as a long-term endeavor. You need to look at solutions on one hand, but also educating communities and not just looking at them as consumer producers, but see how they benefit in the long run. For example, these subsidies that we work with definitely look at themselves as community resource persons, as people living in the communities, and their responsibility is to look at how can they affect all the local issues, how can they be environment and role models tomorrow in their communities, and how can they, for example, impact the entire community in terms of toilets or in terms of using better fuel, using foodstuffs or whatever. So I think we are looking at basically sustained behavior change and also looking at how the preferences of rural communities come into creating products and also creating business models. The challenges very much remain, but we like to emphasize that there is there's much more value in crossing the social and business lines than trying to say we are from this sector and the corporates are from the other sector. So, especially in this audience, I would say that the partnership is something that has to work for us to be able to take things to the last mile and to also see that communities participate in this. Right now, I would say that it is looking that the 1,000 women that we see in front of us are entrepreneurs and not yet leaders in their community, but they have the vision to become environment leaders who work on energy, water, and food security, which matters. So, I would say this is our vision, that we're looking at 6,000 Sakis, more than 500,000 households being impacted, and also looking at a platform where social, business, and government participate to popularize and educate communities so that they're not doing it one by one. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Baran, for sharing the evolution of your organization and the vision for the next 3 to 4 years. Any questions to Mr. Baran? Yeah.
Hello, my name is Sagar. I have a very basic question, like how do you finance the cost of initial operations of this training? Because when you provide training to these women to become entrepreneur, then how do you finance? Do you charge this women, or how do you finance it? Because if you engage a corporate for this training programs, generally it is found that this corporate would have a give and take approach. Like if they will provide a free training, then they will take something out of that. Then they will either they will engage them to work with the company, or they will sell some products as these FMCG companies do. So how do you finance the initial phase, and how do you convince this woman to engage them for such training programs?
I think your question is very valid. The initial launch of Sakis or the women entrepreneurs, we have been able to do it successfully because the company is partnering with the NGO, which means we have a minimal grant of say about 2,000 or 3,000 rupees per Saki to induct them into basic entrepreneurship. After which, actually, the companies actually pay for the marketing support, and that is one of our preconditions in making the negotiations. Since we represent a large network, that is possible now.
Hi, this is Vikas Agarwal. There are 2 questions. First
one moment. I just want to also clarify that we are not dealing with conventional FMCG products, shampoos and grocery and all that. We are trying to deal with products which are mainly clean and green solutions and impact communities a lot, which is water, energy, healthcare, and so on.
My question is, how do you go about like strategic partnership with the organizations, and how do you choose your products? Second question is, like, is there any plans for expanding your organization in some other states? Like, so what are your plans, future plans?
We started with Maharashtra, and now we are in Bihar. And we see enough and more scope in the small towns and peri-urban and district places. So we don't intend immediately to jump into any of the large cities or urban areas. And as far as the product range is concerned, we are 365 days. We are always looking for what products which we can put in the basket of the Saki so that they can earn more incomes and be empowered. Having said that, we are seeing that to start important for them to achieve some success in marketing. So we have some products which they can easily, the price range is small, but otherwise the price range of products that they can actually market ranges from 500-600 to about 3,000 or 4,000. And the larger products, they are required to only give a lead. Larger products, solar production. So yes, we definitely need to expand, but we require the initial support, without which we can't manage.
Yeah, I had a question that if the Sakhi was not interested in the existing basket of products, could she opt to sell something else on her own, like clothes or electronics or?
It's already, all the women we work with are already doing 2 or 3 businesses, and plus they also don't leave their land, so they do agriculture also. So we are extremely flexible about what to do, but we urge them to give this new business a chance because of its impact in the community. Otherwise, many of them have shops, they have other small businesses going on.
Hello, ma'am. I'm Rahul. My question is to you guys: are you also catering to rural to urban marketing, or is it totally rural to rural marketing?
It's rural to rural. Yeah. Someone else asked me that question. We are not, right now, we are not interested in moving from rural to urban, because we are quite committed to the belief that we can create local economic development through women. And we want to keep exploring that to the maximum by increasing, higher investment businesses like micro businesses, 1 to 3 lakhs investment and so on, where they control the production and then they control the marketing. Like we have done in certain products.
Any other? All questions are concerned with this side. Any questions from the other pockets?
I've seen large crowds talking. I think all of us are more happy with talking to individually and informally. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
Welcome any of the students to be part of Xavier. Thanks.
Now I call upon Ms. Praveen Savani, Head Communication and Public Affairs, Fab India. She's last 8 years with Fab India. For that, so
good evening, everybody. I'd like to start by saying that it was, very see the work that you're doing is amazing. So for faculty to come up to you is an honor rather than paying a kid sandwich in there. I'd like to start by just putting a little, giving you perspective a little. So far, we've been looking at the sector where actually faculty is a very, very exciting sector. Because for us, all the knowledge that faculty deals with, the vibrancy that faculty deals with actually resides in an area which is of great concern to social entrepreneurs and to all of you present here today. When we view the sector, we are actually looking at it as a purveyor of craft. Because craft is what faculty actually deals in. And craft is actually, first and foremost, a luxury product. And it happens to come from, what has been called the bottom of the pyramid. It's not the word that I would like to use, but that's what it's been called. So here you have a little dichotomy that we have to think around. And when you are sourcing a product like craft, your whole supply chain changes completely, your relationships change, your awareness level changes. And yet on the other side, we have this huge marketing organization. So the way we view ourselves is like an iceberg. So those Fab stores that you see in the Fab whole mystique that everybody is looking at and calling it an iconic Indian brand which represents India across the globe is actually the top 1/7 of the iceberg. The rest of it is, of course, where the product is produced, and that is an area where everybody has a much better idea of that we do, though we are there, because that is where we work. For us, the craft, to come back to the craft product, is a very, very unusual, it's a very unique and unusual thing, because not only is it linked to the culture of our country, and it shows you what familiars understand for, but it also is linked to livelihoods. And it's also linked to the knowledge which is found in a particular area. It's not something that can be very easily translated or moved back and forth, though they are training institutions where it's being tried. But this is something that is best created in the clusters and in the areas that each one of you is working in. So that is the kind of context that I like to put to it. And of course, I'd like to say, coming right back to the little bottom line in the profit, return on investment that, that is very much a part of a business scenario, and Xavier is unapologetic to the for-profit company, because we believe that it is only if we can create those profits that we can create sustainable livelihood in the sectors that you work in, and in the sectors in which we also work in. When you look at even the image itself, you have the select between this whole urban space and the place where the product is being created, and it's absolutely marvelous product that each one of us really has to learn to be proud of and learn to use in our lives, and that's the side. If you don't use it, you're going to lose it, and that is what is something that we all have to be very aware of. That craft is a luxury product that we all need to work with. Very quickly, I'm just going to give a background of Xavier, then we can get back to our conversation. It was established in 1960, and if I had to explain what Xavier does, I would say very simply that it translates urban needs to a rural producer. So the consumer is an urban and an urbane consumer in an urban society, and you have the producers who are in a rural setup. So all of us who travel in India who understand what India is about, you know that the chasm is huge. It's not a small space. The divide is actually quite large. To have somebody, to explain to somebody in a rural setup for the product that he's creating, the way it's going to be used, where it's going to end up, and how it has to be produced in a particular way, is actually what Xavier does. And Xavier doesn't lose anything in translation. That is Xavier's greatest strength. If I were to just talk about those table mats which are so popular as gifts, people carry them away, they use them in their houses in urban society. If you look at the rural setup where these are created in the weaving centers, nobody understands the usage of those table mats. They are totally irrelevant. Those 6 perfectly square napkins, which need to be absolutely beautifully hemmed, mean nothing to the person who is producing it. I can see start laughing. But that is the truth of the matter. But he has also understands that is where his livelihood is coming from. So he has learned to respect it for the livelihood that it produces, for the other opportunities that it opens for him and for her. So this is the dichotomy that Xavier is able to manage, and that is what Xavier does. So very quickly, Xavier has 172 stores across 74 cities in India, and we are growing. Our idea is to reach out wider. We have 7 international stores. We have a web presence, and we work closely with 50,000 crafts person. When I say 50,000, actually the multiplier is much higher, because for every craft job that you create in the rural sector, you also create another 5 jobs which are dependent on it. So you have the master crafts person, you will have the dyer, you will have the washer, you will have all kinds of subsidiary involvements there. We have a very small metric which says that for every if the sale goes up by $1.5 lakh in a family store, you actually create a job in the rural sector. Can you imagine? That is how we value our craft at that level, and actually it's a true luxury product the way it's not made anymore. If you look at the high brands, what we call brands, these are actually generic products. You take a t-shirt out of China, it's worth $1 without those little logos on it. And I think it's a wonderful magic, but it's not our magic, right? You put a little polo pony on it, you can charge $20. If you put a little crocodile on it, well, the value would be $25. But actually, it's your one t-shirt. It's that white t-shirt produced in the same factory. But if you look at our craft product, each one has taken X number of days to produce, and has put food on the table, and means something, has a cultural relevance, comes from somewhere, it has a story, it has a whole history attached to it, to what it is all about. And so, and hence, again, the supply base is what is so important there. Actually, when family started in 1960, this has always been a part of Xavier's DNA. The reason why I'm putting it is that this kind of commitment doesn't come from the outside. It has to be part of what you feel and what you do. So when John Bussillo came to India in 1960, he was talking about profits. We have never denied that we are for profit. So we're looking at profits and we're looking at, but we're also looking at constant development of new hands-on products. And this is also included our inputs in how those products are created, the environment in which they are made. That is very important for us. A fair, equitable, and helpful relationship with our producers. And this has really been at the center of India's ethos, the essence of it, right from the beginning. And you know, about 60s, nobody really cared about how you made your money. And on that level, this is about a commitment that comes right from the very start. And when we talk about the CSR, the company law now, talking about 2% of the profits, I don't know whether it's going to do any good for any one of us here. I agree absolutely with Prema. This can't be seen as a CSR project. Neither do you, and neither do we see this kind of involvement as CSR. It's part of what the company does, what the company is built on. Our vision is very much about what we love of India, and what we love about India is the craft. When we look at craft, it is, you're looking at designers, you're looking at artisans, you're looking at farmers, you're looking at makers and entrepreneurs, and I think everybody today has touched on some part of this subset of people, which then go to create the product that Xavier is putting out there. We also talk about the transformative power of a well-run business. And I think to undermine the fact that a well-run business can actually transform is actually not to look at it. You need to understand that business can be transformative, which is your internal kernel and core that you bring to the DNA of a business that is open. And we also talk about our rich heritage, traditional knowledge, which is very important. Again, bottom of the pyramid, within inverted commas, not my phrase, not something I would use, but there. It is not just the space where you push down your marketing, it's also the place which is vibrant, rich, and from where you can also live, take it up to the next level. And of course, protecting the environment, which is an important concern everywhere today. Family actually has a dual mandate. We don't call it a bottom line, it is. We are a viable, profitable retail platform, but we also believe in creation of skilled, craft-based, sustainable jobs in the rural sector. We're not talking about setting up a coke factory or the equivalent. It's actually about looking at the skills that are available in that area and going there. So we actually have metrics for both these. We drive ourselves on the first, and we drive ourselves equally on the second. We call it a people-oriented capitalism model. I know there's a lot of skepticism to this. There are a lot of people who don't believe that we can do that, or any of us can do that there is this exploitation. But I'd like to keep our idealism going because I feel that is what keeps us motivated. The fact that if we are to, the whole system is entrepreneurial because Xavier is an aggregator. Xavier is not a manufacturer. And we feel that if we have a fair and equitable relationship with with people who are actually creating the product for Xavier, then we can have something which is a people-oriented entrepreneurial opportunity for everybody. This is very simply, for us, it's a question of access to livelihood. For us, sustainability, when we define sustainability, we are looking at sustainability of livelihood. It is not enough to give somebody work for a day, or 2 days, or 3 days. You have to enhance the skills, you have to bring in the training. You also have to ensure that this partnership is meaningful on. It's not like a fashion brand, which if something is out of fashion tomorrow, you still have to create the product. We had a situation where this very famous designer out of the UK, he came in with this whole Kutch designed line, but that line was only for 1 season. After that, he chose to take it to China because the conditions in which work is done in India don't suit them. We cannot give them that kind of thing. There will be that variation. We look at that variation as a characteristic of the craft. We look at it as something that we should be actually rejoicing in. The fact that everything is individual, that you don't have Washington apples, which are absolutely alive. But it is also the interpretations. For us, it's not just a question of what you're creating in terms of fashion. It's also when we design. You have to keep in mind that there are people who are dependent on this. When you go to a fabric store, you'll find that it's not fashion-led. It is more of a representative we are very aware of what goes on in the fashion world. We know the colors that are in, we match that, we look at all those markers. But we're also very aware of the fact that it is about creating a livelihood where people who are committed to Ajra need to be given enough work for Ajra. Pika has to find a representation, Indigo has to find a representation. And I'm not saying that it's an easy thing. It's a balancing act, it's something that we're constantly struggling with. But yes, we do put in that effort to make sure that we do have representative material there. Well, it is very simply one of India's recognized brands, and it's something that's happening without major advertising budgets or major movements in certain directions. It's something that I think it's just the signature which comes from the product that we are putting there. It's about the product. The product is always a hero. When you stand in the passenger door, you're really looking at a hero product. The customer base, we've been very lucky with the customer base, people who recognize this. It's been there, and of course the appeal is for us just great. These are the sort of attributes we looked at. We are very proud of the fact that we source in a responsible and sustainable manner. Those are the inputs that we actually are conscious about. We need to keep at the center of our sourcing. Intrinsic value I've talked about is the value that comes not from the label or the logo that goes onto it, but also from the product itself. That's the intrinsic value. The opportunity to create work in traditional craft clusters for us is very important. We don't have factories. We don't have a scenario where people come to work and then are actually sitting one behind the other producing a product. We actually source from craft clusters, from home-based environment, and we have a long-standing relationship with our artisans which go back 3 generations. Our family was very lucky in the way it evolved. So we had one store in GK, for those of you who know the family history, for a very, very long time. So this helped us to evolve actual relationships with not only the suppliers, but also the consumer base, which was central to the way Fabrica then was associated with a certain set of people, and the way that became aspirational and evolved. This is a very quick history. If you look at it, 76 we have the flagship store, and then there is nothing until 1992. So if you look at the Fabrica phenomenon, the way it is today across so many cities, it's actually a fairly recent happening over here. And the garments, which is the signature of Fabrica, actually came in 81. And so we also have organic foods, we have a personal care range now. It basically covers the entire ambit of what can be sourced from that area. Fabrica has been taught as a case at Harvard Business School for the simple reason that in 2007 nobody believed that we could have profit and purpose pulling in the same direction. Today, of course, it is the buzzword. But this is something that for us was not surprising. It's not as though we did something extraordinary together. It's just the reality of the way the company has been. Familia is also now we have investments in it, which of course underlines the rigor, the financial rigor that goes into the company. And we have a strategic partnership with Organic India, which is again one of India's very they work in the field with organic farming and Tulsi's. They've developed a rules line of Tulsi as a very major part of their offering. So if you look at it, what is it that Fabrica offers? It's about garments, and these garments are by and large those which are the fabric is all the fabric is sourced in one way or the other from a particular it's the sourcing which makes it important. The garments have at least some element of the handmade, which is not entirely handmade, which cannot be done because of the size of the company itself. So the product that we put out there has to be embroidered, it can't be on hand woven. So these are little areas that we work with, but we do try and make sure that there is some element of at least handmade in it. There is home. Home is more towards handcraft. Actually, if you look at the purity of the product, the home will have a greater purity of it, because if you look at the way weaving happens, those are the things that translate much better into